Alright, so in this video, we're going to go through a turn. So as blue, I'm going to go first. So to see the turn sequence, you just go to the notebook and then you click on turn sequence over here. I have it over here. So right now, the first action you have to do every turn is pay interest. So if you go into debt, you have to pay the interest relevant to your debt level. So if you're only one level into debt, you only have to pay $1, and they're increments of 5.
Now, if you don't have enough bucks to pay the interest, you just slide up one to borrow an extra $5. Then you pay your then you well
Yeah, so you
you
can
pay one.
always go into more debt to pay off your interest unless you go past your debt limit determined by your government type, then you lose the game.
So free money.
Yeah, free money. So the next step is you collect resources. So you collect the resources based on what cards you have and your factories. So because we just started the game, I only have my home sector cards. So everyone starts by producing 5 petro and 5 metal, and the amount you produce is denoted by these dots. So I'm going to give myself 5 metal and 5 petro. Now, everyone also starts with a factory, and what factories do is they can use 1 petro to produce $4. So I'm going to do that. So I pay 1 petro, and I give myself $4. And I started with $15 at the start of the game, so I'll have $19. So that's my collection actions. And then what I can also do, after that, I do my maintenance actions. So maintenance actions can be done in any order of these. So you can convert resources, you can buy armies, you can deploy technology, you can pay down debt, and you can search for resources. So what converting does is you can convert 2 petro and 2 metal for $4. You can buy armies, so you pay $4 and 4 metals for 3 armies or 2 navies. You can deploy tech cards, which we don't have the tech level for that because we're tech level 0, so then we can't play any tech cards right now. And then I can pay down debt if I was in debt, and then I can search for resources, which is kind of how I discover where all the resources are on the rest of the map.
So what Luke's going to want to do, I don't know what his strategy is, but he's probably going to want to look for resources somewhere on the map and send some units there so that next turn he's collecting more. He's probably going to want to go up a tech level for sure. That's important. And you can go up a second tech level, but it's more expensive.
And I want to buy armies, but I don't have to make any. I can just do that in whatever order I want. So what I'm going to do is
Right.
I'm going to search for resources and see what I get. So
So
you just press R to shuffle, and then you deal it to your hand. See, I just select blue here. So what I
okay.
do when I'm searching for resources is I declare what resource I'm looking for. So there's either bucks, metal, or petro. And we'll get into what those things do in a bit. But I'm going to search for metal to begin with. So how searching works is I pay $2 to start the search, and then every card I flip costs an additional buck, and I flip until I find the resource I'm looking for. So I'm looking for metal, and I have to stop once I find metal. And I don't get to stop at a particular metal just because I like that like with that card.
no, you stop at the first metal.
At the first metal, yes.
And if you, okay.
I'm gonna start. So
So
my first card is metal, luckily. So I got very lucky there. So I only have to pay $3.
okay, now there's a point of honesty here. We can't see his card.
Yeah.
So you could slide your card out slightly out of your little blue area so that
So
people can see if you're
yeah,
playing. But we just trust each other.
just gonna pay $3 right now, and I'm just gonna show the card to
Yeah.
everyone just for this purpose. It's Yu Panera. So what we did with the cards is we colored around the border of the area so you can tell roughly where it is. So because this is purple and this is blue, I know it's near purple. So it's right here. So this card produces 2 metal a turn. So what that means is if I have a army on this territory, then at the beginning of my next turn, I can flip that card over and I can produce metal. Once that card's flipped, anyone else can take that territory away from me and produce that metal. So I might not want to go here because it's a little close to purple and I might lose it. Or I could if I'm feeling confident.
It's not about confidence. You got to look at your what your opponent's playing and what kind of tech.
If I'm confident, I can hold it from my
Yeah.
opponent. So for now, what I'm going to do is I could leave it either flip down or I just put it in my hand to not reveal it to anyone.
You want to
So
search for another one?
yeah, I
Just
guess
maybe.
I'll search for oil. So
Okay.
I'm going to search for oil now. Okay, so I found bucks first, so I had to throw that back into the deck. And I drew a total of 2 cards, so for that cost, I had to pay $2 to start, and then $1 per card. So I had to pay a total of 4. And then the oil I found, because this yellow thing, it shows that it's near yellow, so it's Daceton. So this is probably a bad place to go to. It's a little far.
Okay, let's just continue, and
Yeah.
let's just say you're going to go to Europanera. So you
Well, I
go
just want
there.
to buy armies first.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so now I'm gonna buy armies because I don't have a lot of armies to take any territory. I do have some boats. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit the I can either hit the buy army button or I can just subtract it manually. So I'm just gonna hit the buy army button. So that
Yeah.
cost me $4 and 4 metal, and that will give me 3 armies. And because these armies are going to Ua Panera to occupy it, I'm gonna place them here so it's easy for me to transport them. We'll go into the movement in a second.
Okay, make sure that you have 4 metal and $4 when you do that,
Yeah.
because if you don't, the game will just go down to zero. It won't go into the negatives. So be careful about that.
All right, so we'll go into movement now. So for
Okay, now if you're done movement, you can't do anything else. You can't convert.
I
You
can't
can
convert because I don't have the metal to convert.
you can still go up attack because that's after the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Okay. So he's done his. He's done. He can't deploy a tech card. Once he starts moving, that's it. Everyone
I'm
likes
now
to move.
done the maintenance actions. I'm going to go into movement.
Okay.
So movement starts by moving armies and navies, and naval combat occurs during the movement phase. And then after that, there's the land combat phase.
Okay, don't worry
Right.
about that for
Yeah.
now. We're gonna.
So I'm going to move my armies onto boats, and you do this. Okay, so you want to explain movement points?
That's fine. So loading on a boat is free. Okay, and then he's going to move the boat. Every hex that he moves the boat and up to 4 armies that are on top of it costs him 1 movement point. 1 movement point is you get 5 movement points for 1 petro. So you're using oil to move. So he's going to move to Panera. The whole.
So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to unload 3 armies. So 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 movement points, and you get 5 movement points for each oil, so I have to subtract 2 petro. Now, I also have a free movement point because I only use 9 there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my boat here. But I could move any of my other armies anywhere by 1 hex.
Now, as purple, I couldn't interfere with his movement because I'm too far away. But if I had some technology like Nimitz carriers, when he moved in there, I could attack him because Nimitz carriers gives you a range of 3, for instance. But at the beginning of the game, I can only interdict the hexes directly around my boat. So if Luke wanted to fight my boat this turn, he could keep moving adjacent to my boat and declare an attack on my boat. Okay, let's not do
Well,
that.
yeah, we won't do that. We'll do a combat in another video.
Okay, so that's almost the end of Luke's turn. The very next thing he should do
Is so there would normally be land combat because there's no combat going on. We're not going to go into that. And then there's tech levels. So you advance tech levels, which are required to play tech cards. So if I wanted to play Stock Exchange, which gives me a bonus, it would require tech level of 4, but I'm a democracy, so it would be tech level 3. Let's not worry about that. So at the end of the turn, you advance tech levels. So I'm at tech level 0 currently. So what I'm going to do is I can pay $4 to go up the first one, and I can pay an additional $8 to go up 2. So in total, that would be 12. Now I can't go up to 12. I can't go up 2 tech levels right now unless I go into debt. But I want to go into debt because I really want to get up tech right now. So when I go up debt, I'm going to put myself 1 here. And you can go up debt anytime in your turn. And I give myself $5, and it costs me 12 to go up 2 tech levels. So I'm just going to manually put myself to 1, and then I'm going to hit this twice. So now I'm at tech level 2.
right. This advanced tech button just subtracts $4 and goes up 1. You can do that for the first. It should say advanced first tech, and then I should have an advanced second tech, which costs $8. Just a little note: if you're a technocracy, advancing tech only costs $3.
And
And
$7 for the second one.
technocracy, you'd start with this controller instead. So watch what happens when I go. It says technocracy. This is advanced tech. It goes up. Oh, by the way, I start at 1.
Yeah, technocracy starts on 1.
Okay. So that's it for the simple explanation of turn sequence.
All right.